Commonwealth, Commonwealth, the former empire, now Commonwealth. Is it relevant? Probably not, but why not give this part a shot? Stay tuned, here comes Uncommonwealth, the podcast.
And we're live from the Uncommonwealth podcast studio in Midtown Manhattan. Tally ho.
Catherine has some questions. They might be smart, or they might be dumb.
There's no such thing as a dumb question. That's what my dad told me. Which side of the road is better to drive on? The left or the right?
How?
It's up to you to answer.
Like statistically less accidents?
I think that would be in the indicative one, yeah. If more people die when you drive on the left side.
Well, are women allowed to drive in this scenario?
I think they're allowed to in most Commonwealth countries. So what do you think, Pierce, given that... Because Australia, do they drive on the left or the right?
We drive on the left.
I don't think they're allowed to drive in Brunei.
In Brunei?
Who's they?
Oh, you're right. I thought you meant all of Bruneians.
Pierce?
Whatever's not English, so driving on the right side of the road.
You know how you can tell is because when you're in Britain or London especially, they have, for pedestrians to be safe, they have like written down on the street, look to your left, look to your right. They don't have that here. So is it because there's so many tourists or is it because it's not intuitive?
Because there's so many tourists. But also they have more of the, what are the roundabout things called? What are those called?
Roundabouts.
All right.
Nailed it. I mean, hence the name.
So I think number of roundabouts is also an important criteria.
Means you're on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah. Like I think the worst scenario for driving, lots of roundabouts, left side, women can drive.
The podcast.
I have one more for you. Is Australia worth traveling to when it's basically Canada just further away?
Australia is so different to Canada.
Hey, it's really far. Like, should we really make the trek?
You know, we had a big, in terms of trying to increase our tourism, we got in a lot of trouble. This is like a few years ago because Northern Territory, which is one of the states in Australia, they did a tourism campaign where they said, "See you in the NT."
How long did that last?
I think it was up for like a day until people got upset. But a bunch of people went there. They were like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Head-to-head sports heroes. So here's how this works. I'm going to give you two sports people, and I'm going to pose a question, and you have to answer. Ian Thorpe, the Torpedo.
Australian treasure, he is.
Australian swimmer versus Wayne Gretzky at darts. Who would win?
Oh, I think...
So they're both playing darts?
Yeah, so just for some context, Ian Thorpe specialized in freestyle, but also the backstroke and the individual medley, and is one of the most celebrated and Australian swimmers, and Wayne Gretzky needs no biography.
Well, do you mean needs no introduction? Let's read his 24-chapter biography, Adam. It's a 20-minute long podcast. I think Ian would win because as a successful swimmer, he's very tall, so his reach would be by pure extension would be halfway to the dartboard.
Boink it.
Disagree.
Right. It's like boink. Is that the?
He will make love to the dartboard.
Yeah.
Swimming requires... Wait, he does swim, right?
Yes.
It requires no hand-eye coordination, whereas hockey does. And darts is all hand-eye coordination. So we actually have no information about Ian Thorpe's.
It's also a drinking sport, and Ian Thorpe's Australian. That's where I think he might actually have a little advantage on the great one.
So
have you not drank with Gretzky?
Also, can I just say, have you guys ever actually seen like the darts world championship?
Yes.
It's insane.
They're very good.
That's one of those sports you watch and you're like, oh, there'll be like 30 people.
They just had a woman in for the first time, made it into the men's...
Did she drive to the competition? Okay. Well, I'm sticking with Torpedo.
Okay.
I mean, look at his name. It's
Wayne
a Torpedo.
Gretzky. He's the most dominant athlete of all time in any sport ever.
Who?
Wayne Gretzky.
So you think
Really?
you would? So you're
More
taking
than Michael
Gretzky?
Jordan?
Yeah.
So you're taking Gretzky. You're taking Thorpe.
His name's Torpedo. Like, how can he not win a competition based on the accuracy of a...
Do they have
you
to
have
play in their Speedos? Is that...
in their
Wayne Gretzky has to
respective
play.
uniforms.
Well,
if Gretzky...
So Gretzky's got skates on.
Ian's for sure going to win. He's got his aerodynamic seal suit on.
Oh, was he the first guy to wear that full body suit?
I think, he was the full body before they brought in the regulations, because he'd be there in this $30,000 skin tight seal thing they had to legitimately cut him out of after a race. Right. And then he's versing someone from a country with a GDP of like $18. And so he's in little Speedos that can't afford. So that was like a big controversy in the 2000 Olympics.
So he cheated.
Okay, so to wrap this up, I'll give you the answer. The answer is Wayne Gretzky.
Thank you.
There was a correct answer.
I like that Catherine's actual question doesn't have an answer, whereas Adam's made-up question has an answer.
The podcast.
I'm going to take you from a hypothetical to a real-life incredible feat of performance. So this is about a world record, an Australian world record holder. It's for the most sheeps shorn or sheared. It's like an annual. There's an annual competition.
Sean means sheared.
What is the verb for shearing a sheep? It's shorn. Is in the past tense.
I've never heard that used ever.
Sheared. Okay. Well, sheared.
Sean sounds like some weird bestiality movie.
No. Scene bean. What am I talking about?
Right, just go with sheared.
Okay. So the most amounts of sheep sheared in a day, because that's like been a national competition for years, for like 50 years.
They have a very different competition in Wales.
Define day. 24 hours?
It's an 8-hour workday.
8-hour workday.
Yeah.
How many sheep can you shear in an 8-hour workday?
Well, that is the question. What do you think the current world record is?
Counting sheep, literally.
160.
Piers?
362.
How many hours are in a workday?
8.
Yeah. Never had a job before.
Hang on, 8? So, no. 8 to 5. Hang on, I'm going to get this one.
Carry the one.
I want to know Catherine's reaction to learning that there's 8 hours in a workday.
That's a long time. I'm going to say 87.
87, okay. The answer is 497.
No!
Oh, wow. I like how Pierce thought there was...
lost one yet?
Did you say 362?
So, sheared,
Such a random
I mean,
number.
is it a good haircut, though?
So there are rules. So here's one of the rules. Each... the fleece of each sheep must average 3.4 kilograms.
Well, you could have said that before we guessed. That would change my number.
No. And other than that, it's also got to be, you've got to fully shear the sheep within 18, what's it called, like cuts or less. I don't know what the technical term is.
But you did a lot of research for this.
Well, I've got a full Word document here, Adam. It says 18 strokes of the handpiece, so that to me sounded a little bit overly sexual.
Sounds very Welsh.
Okay, so here's the thing. So this guy, it was set by a 16-year-old fellow, 497, and his
fellow?
Yeah.
He's a prodigy.
He's a fellow.
He's a prodigy.
Other than shearing sheep, he's a research fellow at a...
This is the Wayne Gretzky of shearing sheep right here.
So anyway, his coach was the previous world record holder, so I feel like he's been groomed, on the way up. But so this was like done at a small farm
shunned.
in the middle of New South Wales in Australia, and here's the thing, because it's like an official world record, so there were official judges from all over the country, like the top of their field in the sheep shearing. They all flew in to watch and validate because
That is a long way to travel.
It's a Guinness World Record, but more importantly, it's like an Australian record that people care about.
Anywhere in Australia is like a 6-hour flight. That's
Yeah, exactly. And you come to watch a guy shearing sheep for 8 hours straight.
16-year-old.
Has anyone
being
other than
groomed.
an Australian ever owned the record? The Guinness Book record for shearing sheep?
No.
You have to start so young. You have to learn from age 3.
So anyway, give it a that. So that's his name is Lou Brown was anyway. This guy.
No, what was his
Brown.
name? We should let's.
You can't call a 16-year-old Lou Brown.
Why not?
I don't know.
Lewis Brown?
Would you 45-year-old Lou Brown?
Wait, what year did it happen?
This is in
1842?
2003 was the original record. This is in 2016.
This is recent.
Yeah.
They still do this.
Yeah.
You probably get carpal tunnel.
Well, I think
Are they electric?
I think occupational health and safety is a big part of the competition.
What kind
Electric
of shears
clippers
do they use?
or
Well, great question, Piers. Because in the 1950s, when the record was first set, it was using clippers. So that guy, he set a record with I think he did it was high 200s. So he was the original guy, and
That's much more impressive.
then they brought in
Yes,
the mechanical shears.
What are
And to really just change the game.
So you don't have to actually.
It's not hedge clippers. What are you miming there?
Like, what is an electric? What's a non?
It's like if you were to shave your head with an electric buzz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I imagine it was a manual, old school.
No. It's not like a pair of scissors.
Again, information that would have changed my original.
But that's the thing, you've got to do it. Sheep are big, man. If you've never, and you've got to do it within 18 moves. So you literally go from one end to the other and get a huge,
All right,
anyway,
Pierce.
Lou Brown, local legend.
The podcast.
Okay, hello everybody. I've got a little segment I want to call Commonwealthers That Just Like Us. The Cyprus edition. Egypt air hijacker arrested in Cyprus. Officials call him an idiot, not a terrorist. Basically, this guy...
It's a bit mean.
This guy was divorced in 1994, and in 2016, he hijacked a plane so that he could get his ex-wife's attention. His demands, he wore a fake bomb vest and demanded that she come and read a love letter from him. He threw it to her from the plane while he had the entire...
What do you mean
He threw it from the plane?
Threw his love letter from the plane onto the tarmac.
Just opened it.
Just to be clear, the plane was not flying at the time.
No, the plane was not
That's
flying
an important detail.
He's just folded up into a little paper aeroplane. Hey, baby down there.
Did she read it?
At one point, the hijacker demanded the release of women held in Egyptian prisons, but he then dropped the demand and made others.
Pepperoni pizza.
He's not a terrorist, he's an idiot, Egypt's foreign ministry said in a statement. Terrorists are crazy, but they aren't stupid. This guy is.
I wonder what he tried in between. That's 15 years between his divorce and his hijinks, his hijinks. What did he, did he at least, maybe try to give
been planning
phone
this
call?
What was it? Wait, what was the...
What does it have to do with Cyprus?
Yeah, what was the
It
top...
happened in Cyprus.
What was the title of the segment again?
Commonwealthers, they're just like us.
Yeah, I don't quite get the... I don't get the
Sounds like
connection.
something I don't know. Anyone could do.
Wait, how do you get the attention of your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
What
Show your love for an
does.
ex.
what's the weirdest thing you've
Sounds
done?
like a Bravo TV show.
The podcast.
What's the most extreme thing you've done to get the attention of an ex or a potential?
My ex-boyfriend showed up to a meeting we had soon after we broke up with a motorcycle, and he had never riding.
What do you mean a meeting?
What's
Who's the meeting between? Was it between you were meeting with him, or you were meeting with
You guys don't hold meetings with your exes. No, he
Do
just
you have a lawyer
wrote-
present?
not noticeably. Yeah, but
Why were you scheduling a meeting with an ex?
no, like a coffee,
Yeah, why,
hey.
yeah. Then you should say a coffee, not a meeting.
An appointment? Is that what you call dates?
I call anything where I have to interact with another human a meeting.
Oh, so is this a
It's
meeting?
all painful. So
Are we in a meeting right now?
yes, of course.
Okay.
So anyway, he showed up on a motorcycle. He just went out and bought a motorcycle. I thought that was pretty.
For this event?
For the meeting?
For the meeting?
I'm sure he
Did he leave the-
purposely
Do you leave the tag on it so you could return it after?
Did he have the clothes?
The leather jacket?
Yeah, like the helmet and I mean,
Did it
it's
work?
Canada, He was
Did you
cold.
break up with him because he was boring or something? Did you tell it to his face?
He's not spontaneous.
No, I think he'd always wanted one, and I was like, no, those are so unsafe. And then
Now I'll show you.
Oh, I like him.
You want to schedule a Friday afternoon meeting? Well,
And did you hook up after the coffee?
absolutely not.
For the motorbike.
Ever again?
No.
Why are you saying no but nodding?
she's just she's checking her calendar for any meetings that she might have forgotten about.
No, I don't forget those meetings.
How
And what has
confidently did
anyone
he
else
pull out
done?
of the parking lot?
Oh, very.
Very.
And fast.
Oh.
Yeah. I know. I mean, it was a power move.
I've never ridden a motorcycle.
But what have you done to get
To get the
of an ex?
attention? Oh, I once serenaded someone. I took not like a jukebox,
This
but like
is
a
amazing.
thing,
Like
and I sung what's the song? It's from that.
Don't you forget about me?
No, it's the one.
10 things
when
I hate about you.
When I see the look in your eyes, but the version from Old School the movie, where it's like, when I see the fucking look in your eyes.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I sung
Need
that.
you now tonight.
What'd she
Oh, that's so
say?
sad.
It's very sad. It's very sad. I think I was about 14 at the time.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm so
okay.
glad you
That
were
makes it
working.
more. That makes it better.
Yeah.
That makes it way better.
I also tried to impress this girl by
This
telling her
was this an ex or this someone you wanted to impress?
it was someone I was trying to impress.
Okay, that's very
Okay.
different.
And I failed.
it is very
I failed miserably, which I think is pretty obvious. But I also tried impressing her by bragging about how I could solve a Rubik's cube, which I was very big into at that point. So that didn't work for me. Maybe I should get a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have sheared a sheep.
I once booked
Sean to sheep.
on the girls' suggestion. I once booked sushi lessons for us, and I showed up, and it was maybe 30 couples, and she didn't show up. I was the only person there alone.
What did you learn, though?
I just kept making sushi. with everybody else.
I want to do that.
Adam, what have you done?
I forgot to show you. This is the photo of an Australian backpacker and the terrorist on the plane.
No one can
see that, Pierce.
Adam, have you got... You must have done something wild to impress her.
No, I don't think I've done anything that interesting. Like, I don't think I've ever really broken up with someone. I just wait and passive-aggressively act like a dick until they break up with me.
What, until one day they've just moved out?
They're just gone.
They schedule a meeting.
That sounds so Canadian.
I've never been ghosted, though. People don't have a problem just telling me to my face.
You've got a very easy face to tell that we're
done. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've never broken up with someone. Have you been broken up with?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
The podcast.
We have to do the MVP. And then also the name of the
Catherine,
episode.
who do you think was the MVP of the episode?
Other than myself,
You can't vote for yourself.
I would say I like the shearing of the sheeps. I'd give it to Jimmy.
Thank you.
All right, Jimmy, who did you elect?
I'm electing Adam because I like your segment, but we forgot the title of the episode. What was your vote?
Oh, Sean or Sheared?
Sheared or Sean?
Sheared or Sean?
Sheared or Sean. Well, that was what I was going to say.
Oh, well, that we can take. It's not like you own that.
Okay, well then in that case I'm going for Women Aren't Allowed to Drive.
Oh, yeah.
That's the title.
Okay, yeah, I'm voting for Adam for his segment.
I'm supportive of the Sheared or Sean
as
the title. And I'm voting for Pierce for showing us a photograph on an audio podcast. I think that was a genius move.
I would like to vote for, Catherine. I think she sparked a good debate about driving.
Thank
and
you,
I think
Pierce.
the name of the podcast should be called Lou Dobbs, 16-year-old sheep shearing sensation from New South Wales.
That's a long title, Pierce.
But I like sheep shearing sensation. It's a
Maybe that could
great
be
alliteration.
Sheep shearing sensation sells seashells by the
Sales
sale.
How many sheep could
sheep
Sean
could-
Spicer shear in 60 seconds?
All right.
All right.
Thanks, friends. We'll see you next time. Is that what we're meant to say?
Like the Empire, we're almost done. We hope that you've had lots of fun. Was it relevant? Probably not. But thanks for giving this part a shot. Stay tuned for the end of Uncommon Wealth. The podcast.
And we're live!
No, wait. Did we?
No?
Was that
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Start it again.
So loud.
None of us were physically or emotionally ready for that.
You can do this.
And we're live.
It's not a sex call, Piers.
And we're live from the Uncommonwealth Podcast Studio here in Midtown Manhattan. I'm Name, and I'm here with my
The podcast.
Hold on, I thought roundabouts reduced incidents. Aren't they? They're safer than
I think
intersections.
they are.
It's safer than having an intersection because you.
They are when people know how to use them, which Europeans do.
There's
And we
another
do
word
not.
for them. Not just what are they called in America?
Circles.
No,
I thought there were
there's a word.
roundabouts
There's
here, too.
another.
Are there-
roundabout's the British term. I
Are
thought.
there any roundabouts in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
But they're
everyone
not. But they're
freaks
called
out.
something.
Right.
Rotary. It's called a rotary.
No.
Yes.
No, that's what you cook a kebab on.
No, it's called a rotary in America.
It's like an old women's club.
Yeah, that's what I'm just.
The podcast.
But hold on, right? What was the answer to the first question? What's safer?
Oh, I don't look up the answer.
It costs a lot more to get insured in England.
Does it? Have any of you guys ever been in a car crash?
Oh, and they insure the driver, not the car.
All right, we've moved on to a new question.
Yeah, Catherine. I feel
I
like
finally had a
Catherine-
good point about
You're
it.
trying to deflect because you're embarrassed about the
Catherine's
Australia
trying to
part.
shit on Australia. Well,
The podcast.
Pierce and
That's-
Adam, have you been to Australia?
I have.
Oh, was it worth it?
I loved it. I like weird, creepy, cruelly animals. So
Did you go to the
wait,
zoo?
were you talking about my family?
the HVDs?
Mr. and Mrs. HBD, I presume.
We're a bunch of weird creepy crawlers.
Do anyone else in your family go by HVD or just you?
I'm the only one in my family with HVD.
The podcast.